Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you just so happen to be stopping by for the very first time, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. By the way, my name is Donella and this is my world of beauty here on YouTube. Now for this week's video, I really want to create a look surrounding the aesthetics of what I'm wearing. You guys know I'm wearing as you can see, I'm wearing a really hot blonde braid in my hair right now, and I am wearing a black top with a color, and I'm not sure exactly how it's going to come out, if it's going to work, if I need to just stick to neutrals for the time being until I take out this really hot blonde hair. But I do feel I can pull off a color, and I think the color I want to incorporate for this look, you know, I have a pretty good idea of which color I want to choose. So if you are interested in seeing what I create at the end of this video, or if I create anything, you know, if I get to pull it off, then please stay tuned. Okay, so I already went ahead and applied a bit of foundation. Just in case anybody might be wondering, I am wearing the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless, what is it called? Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth foundation. This one is in the shade 360, which is Mocha. Yeah, this is a dewy smooth finish. I want a little bit of do on my face. Okay, so I already went ahead and primed my lids as well using my Too Faced concealer in the shade Chestnut, and I'm thinking of using a shade of blue. Now it's not going to be like a really bright blue. I'm thinking of using, no, not this shade, it's not this shade. I'm thinking of going in between both of these Clarity Beauty palettes, the matte and the smoke palette. And I'm thinking the color I was looking at is in the smoke here. I think this is the one that I was looking at, the smoke palette. I'm thinking of using this shade of blue, which is a very muted blue. Well, it should be muted because I'm going to blend it all the way out. And I'm thinking of topping it with just a little bit of this, like peachy nude shade right here. I'm wondering if I should mix this like peachy shade with a little bit of this completely white shade right here. That's really because I feel like this is going to come out a little bit too pink once I put it over the blue, so I think I might have to bring it down just a little bit with this white shade right here. But let's just start out by going in first with the blue shade. I'm actually going to go ahead and go off camera and do one eye first, and then come back on camera and show you guys exactly what I did on that eye. So I'll be right back. All right, so I am back, and yes, I got the color gradient that I was looking for because I wanted it to be a little bit more like grayish, for lack of a better word, like in terms of the blend. And I thought I would have had to go in with the white shade that I showed you from what the white shade is in which one? In the matte palette. But it just so happens that the blue, by the way, I mixed two shades of blue, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did on this eye right now. Okay, so I went in first with, I'm going to use the same two brushes that I used. I went in first, let me just show you guys two blues that I used. I went in with both I went with both the matte and smoke palettes from Clarity Beauty, and I was looking at this shade of blue and I was like, this looks like a little bit just slightly too bright, and I do want to have a bit of a gradient where it looks sort of like gray, because I don't want it to be too much of a bold blue because of the shade of blonde here I'm wearing, and I'm really trying to keep within that aesthetic right there where I don't use colors that don't actually, you know, collaborate or look good together basically. So I went in with, I started off using this, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did because I did start off using this and I realized it was a little bit too bright. So I want to do the same thing that I did on this eye, So I went in with this and I was like, okay, this is a little bit too bright. So then I opened up this is the matte palette, and I went in with this, and I realized, oh yeah, this blue has a bit of a grayish undertone, the same grayish undertone that I'm looking for to basically create that gradient. So let me get these two palettes and put them over here on this table so I can blend properly while I'm talking. And I start, and then after I popped the shade of blue right over, I was like, oh yeah, that's the blue that I'm looking for. It actually started to blend out a lot better, and then I winged it out because I knew I wanted a bit of a V shape on the outer portion of my eye, and then I started dragging it inwards basically to here. because I wanted that bit of space to apply the that nude peachy color right there. But I knew I had to go in and dip in a little bit more into that blue grayish color and try to blend out as much as possible that bright blue that I had there, because it was just a little bit too bright for me. So I had to really go in and blend that out. But I realized I needed to go in with that same peachy nude shade, and in order for me to kind of basically get it to blend out a little bit. So I went in with a big fluffy blending brush and just basically packed it over the blue so I could get it to blend out, because I realized, yeah, I wanted to do the same mistake that I made over on this side, just so that we have a little bit of balance. Basically. So I went in with that, going back in with that same nude shade. I'm just going to be blending it over the blue so I could get the blue to basically create that bit of gradient that I wanted. So I'm going to be going in back and forth basically with those two colors, and then I'm going to pack as much as possible that light shade in the innermost portion of my eye. And then of course I realized I had to go in with this brush again because I needed that balance, and I feel like this still is a little bit too bright, so I might have to do a little bit of blending here, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until I get it to blend out exactly how I had it on this eye over here, just to make sure that they're all on the same line. So let me just go in again with a bit of this white and pack it in between here so I can blend out a little bit of this blue right here, so we can get that nice gradient. So I'm going to be going back and forth using those shades to make sure I get the color that I'm looking for. So I went in real heavy in the corner right here with the blue gray shade that I showed you, but the blue that has the grayish undertone, and just packing it right here in the corner, because that's where I really wanted most of the blue to show, right here in the corner right here. I was using to apply the neutral shade, I think it got a little bit too much of the blue on it now, so it's not really doing what I needed to do. So I switched to a pencil brush, that nudie shade in the innermost corner of my eye, right down to the edge of my lid, and then go in with it afterwards and blend it just like that. And I like to go over on both eyes when I'm doing this, because that's really because I want both of them to be the same height. So maybe when I do one eye, I might be like, okay, I gone up too high on this one, then I have to bring this one up as well. So that's really one of the reasons why you guys always see me going back and forth. It's not because anything isn't blended well over on this eye, it's because I'm looking at the height and I'm like, okay, this one is all the way up here, I need to bring this one up, or maybe this one might be up too high, so I have to bring this one up. Just you know, it's all about symmetry. You have to make sure that both of them are the same height. They're not going to be twins, because sometimes it's impossible to get things to look like twins, but they definitely need to be sisters. Right after that, I'm going to go in with my Jumbo Duo pencil from a Mousse Beauty, and just line my waterline. I said this in my last video upload, or it might have been the previous one. I find using a jumbo pencil, because I have really sensitive eyes and they tend to water a lot, I find using jumbo pencils work so much better. It definitely helps with keeping the watery eye-ness at bay. So I'm going to go in with my, is this my Rimmel? It's not the Rimmel, right? This is the Revlon. Thought this was the Rimmel because I did have the Rimmel London in my hand a while ago, ready to open it, but then I was like, nah, let me just continue using the Revlon. Okay, so now that I'm done with my eye look, well, I haven't added any bottom eyelash primer or mascara, but I'm going to run through. I think I need to apply just a tad bit more foundation, because I did put on just a little bit, and I think I want to add just a little bit more to my face. Yeah, I feel like I could do it a little bit more coverage. Yeah, I feel so. Yeah, I feel so. So I'm going to go in and just apply it in this area here first with this applicator brush, and then I'm going to blend it out with my Dose of Colors brush. So let me apply it all over my face just like that, and then I'm going to go in with my Dose of Colors brush and press that into my skin. Okay, so I feel like the foundation pretty much covered up the darkness underneath my eyes, so I'm gonna skip that step. Yeah, and I'm going to go in with my what is this called? Too Faced Born This Way. Yeah, Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Chestnut, and just use that concealer as my highlight for this look. Using the big mirror in front of me. If you guys see, don't have a hand mirror, I'm using the big mirror that's in front of me. I'm going to go in next and set my under eye concealer with my Fenty Honey Powder, and I'm going to be using my sponge to just pack it right in the areas where I apply the concealer, just so that it sets immediately and there's no creasing. For my next step, I'm not going to be using any contour cream, but I am going to be using double bronzer. The first bronzer I'm going to go in with is from this Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. This is the Dark to Deep palette. I'm going in with this shade right here, the Sculpt shade, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to add it real heavy right here, using this big fluffy fan brush. I feel like it applies in the area really nice when I use this fluffy fan brush. So go and make sure we sculpt the areas real good. Then I'm going to go in with a second bronzer from Fenty Beauty. This is a Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Mocha, and I'm going to be using that same brush and applying Mocha real heavy in that area because I want to look like super bronzed. Right, so I went in just now and sprayed this facial mist on my skin. It's basically a skincare facial mist. It has an aloe and rose water. It's from a brand called She Makeup, and I realized that this brand is actually quite popular here locally, so I decided to try their facial mist. And yeah, I just wanted to spray a little bit all over my face before I applied my blush. I think I'm going to apply just a small bit of blush to this look. And I'm going to be using the sheer gel brush because blush did I say brush? Blush for this look, the same one from Maybelline. I'm going to be applying it just like what I did the last couple of times, real heavy. Right, now I'm just going to take this blush brush and just basically blend in that sheer blush all over my cheeks. And I feel like I went up too high, but that's okay because I didn't put in I haven't applied the other translucent powder as yet, the banana. So I'm going to apply the banana to basically try to even out this area right here, because I feel like I went up a little bit too far with this. I know I have a very long face shape, so yeah, I'm applying the makeup according to the face of my the shape of my face, not the face of my shape. I was just about to say that wrong. Next I'm going to go in with that banana powder second. Oh, this is not the banana, this is the honey. This is the honey, girl. Let me go in. Okay, now I have the banana. I'm going to apply the banana right here. I'm just going to even out some of that blush that went up too far underneath. Yeah, basically to be even it out, bring it down here, drag it across, and fix it. It's okay, we all make mistakes. Even me, I make mistakes when I'm doing makeup all the time, but I know how to fix them. Exactly what to do to fix them. Okay, there we go. And then next I'm going to go in with a highlight. For this look, I really want to look super bronze. Yeah, I think like looking extremely bronze is really gonna bring out everything. So I'm going to be using this highlight from Melt Cosmetics. She lifted up, so I have to be very careful with this. I'm using this from Melt Cosmetics, and I'm wondering if I should use the same fluffy brush to apply it so that it doesn't come out too heavy. Let's see how this looks. If I, oh yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want it to be like too heavy. I just want a light brush of it right over the blush. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And I guess I could always just go in and just build up the intensity, but I feel like this is enough. This is enough. This is definitely enough. I'm gonna go on the other side. So remember what I just said, that I want to look like really super bronze. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with a bit of Mocha Mommy and apply it like right below and slash in between that highlight and that blush to really bring out that bronze effect. I'm gonna bronze down here as well, tie everything in together, and yeah, I just clean off my beauty mat and add a lip color real quick. Okay, so because you know the bronziness of this look is supposed to be the focal point, I don't want to go in with a heavy lip because I feel like I could pair this with a red lip, you know, if you're bold enough to do that, but I feel like I want to tone it down a little bit, so I'm going to go in with a nude lip. Now all of this I'm wearing is pencil. This is all pencil. That's really because I really want like a chocolatey bronzy type of lip color. So I'm going to go in with this I went in with my pencil first, and I'm going to go in with this shade from Artist Couture, their Plush Pout lip glosses. This one is called X-Rated. Going with that first, and oh yeah girl, so I'm going to build it up just a little bit more, and I'm going to go in with a lot of my NYX lip glosses. Have been taken, but let me use the word taken, because y'all know what happened, but for those of you who don't know, yes, I have a friend that just loves to take all of my stuff. She just wants to take off my stuff. Okay, so I'm going to build it up a little bit more. I'm going to go in with, I really love this shade from MAC, from the MAC lip glass collection. This shade is called Myth. I love it because I feel like when I want to play up with somewhat of a chocolatey slash peachy nude lip combination, this actually fits so well into what I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm going to, right after X-Rated, I feel like I could use a little bit more of X-Rated before I apply Myth. I feel like I'll use a little bit more. Right there, and then I'm gonna apply Myth right over it. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. I am absolutely loving this like chocolatey nude lip combination, and when I turn my head on the side, I am loving this bronzer highlight look right here. I absolutely love this look. So yes, there are some persons who've asked me this question. You know, I do want to try to either try blonde braids, maybe put the blonde color in my hair, and I do like makeup, but I'm not really sure what colors I can play up with whenever I decide to wear a color as bold as a blonde here. So you can actually incorporate colors into your look if you do want to wear colors while wearing a blonde here, but you just have to know exactly how to play up with these colors. I find whenever, you know, because of the complexion of my skin and this type of honey blonde here that I'm wearing, I wouldn't exactly say this is honey blonde. This is more of like a yellowish blonde. I'm not really sure what this color is called. I would have to actually ask my hair braider the type of blonde this is, but I find that this type of blonde that has in a little bit more yellow, and because it's actually mixed with this white blonde right here, I feel like I know exactly what colors work well with my complexion, and I can actually play up with a few other colors. But I felt like the blue mixed with that nude shade of white, or that peachy nude shade I should say, works well with my complexion, the overall look, and everything just tied in well together. So if you guys really want me to create something else, you know, while I'm still wearing these blonde braids, because I changed my hair real quick then please let me know down in the comment section. And also, if you happen to have enjoyed this little tutorial, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up on your way out. So, but also before you leave, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button on your way out. Until my next upload, yes, that's next week, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye bye.